The names of the DJs on these particular programs have been changed to protect the stupid, and is loosely based on a sort of, kind of, but not really true story about people who may or may not exist. Thank you, and stay safe, Spreakers. Last time, on the Witness Protection Program.
Big money!
Big money, no whammies.
Yeah, absolutely. Welcome to the Witness Protection Program. I am your hobbyist, Billy Mofford, and with me is the infamous Pimp Vader. Or Pimp Vader is next to Joe. I don't know. I get confused which way he goes with it.
Shut up, Bobby. It's, me, Angry Bob.
There you go.
And Vader's kicking around here somewhere. I don't know where there he is. Sorry, Vader. Apologies. There you go.
All right.
He said, hi, Bobby. What do you want from him?
Hi, Pimp Vader. I missed you so much.
Yeah, he knows that's not true.
That is. I look at him in his black suit.
Bobby.
I just get turned on. You never know what's under that thing. You know what I mean? That's the exciting part.
Big fucking cock.
And now, your two number one hobbyists, Billy Mofford and Angry Bong.
They say good things come to those who are waiting. I wonder if it's true for internet dating. Here's a little song, maybe you can sing along. I'd like to call it my internet dating song. I met John, he turned me on. He had a wife, so I moved on. Then I met Dan, all golden tan. He turned out to be a ladies' man. I met Malik with the hot physique, but I found out he was a Star Trek geek. Then there's Gerard, and it wasn't hard to learn I was key to his green card. Oh, I hate the internet. One good date I've yet to get. Here I am alone and waiting, making a go of this internet dating. When will love come knocking on my door? When will I find what I'm looking for? Hoping to find my own Prince Charming, tall and handsome and so disarming. Match.com, eHarmony, plenty of fish out in the sea. I'm always fooled by a pleasant smile, 'cause in real life they're not the profile. But I press on with my hopes high, longing for that perfect guy. Seems each time it's crash and burn. You'd think by now I would have learned. Oh, I hate the internet. Seems like such a long shot bet. Can't believe a word they're saying or the pictures they're displaying. Will I ever find my match with so many men to catch? I just want my own Prince Charming, tall and handsome but not alarming. I met Trey and I hate to say he only wanted to go all the way. And there was Joe, well wouldn't you know, he was a star in gay porno. Then I met Tom who was the bomb. Never would guess he still lived with Mom. And I met Pete who seemed really neat. Not so much. I hit delete. Then one day my computer crashed. It was destined for the trash. I gave a call as one last try. A house call from a computer guy. He stood there smiling at my door. He was no other I'd seen before. Tall and handsome and oh so strapping. A package deal and that wasn't lacking. Oh, I love the internet. It's ironic how we met. I'm no longer alone. time with online dating. Finally love came knocking on my door. Finally found what I'm looking for. Finally found my own Prince Charming, tall and handsome and so disarming. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la.
2 months after meeting him on the internet, you moved him in. Was he paying rent?
No.
That's a good deal.
He broke up with me in February of this year.
You're bigger fool than I thought you were. I know a lot of guys who want that deal.
Real cases before a real judge. Now, enter the courtroom of Judge Mathis. Plaintiff Sarah Kay met the defendant online, and she claims 2 months after they started dating, she moved him in. Soon after, Sarah claims she realized he wasn't working and instead played video games all day. She's suing her ex for a credit card bill. Defendant Michael Ryan says a month after he moved in with Sarah, they started sleeping in separate rooms and stopped having sex. Michael claims he felt more like Sarah's roommate than her boyfriend, so he broke up with her. He's countersuing for unreturned property.
Start with you.
Okay. So I met Michael in December of 2011 on a dating website. He seemed very friendly, and so we met up for coffee. Michael seemed very funny and lighthearted, so we got along really well at first. He even seemed really open. He told me about him not drinking, that he led me to believe he had a long term of sobriety. Being that my family is also recovering, I knew a lot about the program and about recovering individuals. After he moved in, about 2 months of dating.
2 months after meeting him, you moved him in.
Yes. Michael.
2 months after meeting him on the internet, you moved him in.
Yes. Michael was very convinced that I had a roommate who couldn't pay her rent.
That was the website name, movein.com. I think.
Must have been. Must have been. Go ahead.
So Michael moved in after encouraging me to kick another roommate out and essentially offering to help with that situation. So he moved in under the pretense that he would be helpful. After a few months, I realized that this is a huge mistake that I made on my part.
How so?
I realized that Michael really wasn't working on any type of recovery of any program of any sort. Michael did not have a regular job.
You didn't know that before you moved him in?
I was not aware that he wasn't working at all. I thought that he was working many hours in the morning a day.
Where?
From home, selling ink and toner as a middleman type business through the suppliers and the companies.
So when he moved in, he obviously brought in a bunch of equipment.
Brought in a laptop and a printer, sir.
Okay, go ahead, man.
So after moving in, I realized that things aren't exactly the way I thought they were. I made a misjudgment. Michael seemed very lazy. He slept in late, which really threw my schedule off. He stayed up very late playing video games into, like, we're talking the 2 and 3 o'clock hour of the morning. So after a few months, we really started to argue, and we had very different ideas of what a routine and schedule should look like.
Was he paying rent?
No.
Had you asked him to?
No, I asked that he help with the bills and buy groceries.
That's it?
Yes.
That's a good deal. You got any more of those deals going around? Go ahead. How a man move in with you and don't have to pay rent, huh? Go ahead.
Okay, so things got really bad. Michael and I broke up. He broke up with me in February of this year.
You're a bigger fool than I thought you were. Go ahead. Go ahead. I know a lot of guys who want that deal. Yes, ma'am. What did he tell you he was breaking up for?
We had a difference of opinion on our lifestyles, so.
Tell me.
Michael didn't agree with how much I spent time away from the home. Pretty much, I work out quite a bit. I'm gone for work, and I'm out.
You were never home?
Never home, never.
That's why he had to play video games all the time. And you were never there. Let me hear from you, sir.
It was pole dancing. It was all pole dancing. Her.
I'm
Not
sorry,
me.
Your Honor. This has nothing to really do with this lawsuit in general. It was fitness. I go to fitness classes where I hula hoop, and I happen to do some pole.
Okay, it's not a strip club, right?
No.
No. But after the pole dancing was the exercise swing in the living room. You know, right where I slept, because we no longer slept in the.
Quiet, let him finish.
We slept in separate rooms. I slept in the living room.
So she wasn't your girlfriend?
I basically felt like a roommate the whole time. You know, I couldn't live up to her standards.
Why did you all sleep in separate rooms?
It just wasn't attractive anymore.
When you moved in together, you all were sleeping in the same room?
For about a month.
He was up all night. That's why we didn't sleep in the same room. I couldn't handle the noise.
Right. And you were working out. Go ahead.
I was taking care of my grandmother and get a call from my mom about Facebook pictures that were posted of her in spandex on a pole, and I didn't think it was really, I didn't want to be associated with that.
Well, was she in an exercise class in those pictures?
You can't really tell. It's just on a pole.
Go ahead, ma'am. What do you want to tell me you're suing him for with these credit card bills?
Okay. Your Honor, I made an agreement with Michael that he could use my credit card every month to make purchases for his at-home business, and then when he got paid by his customers, he was to pay the card in full every month.
Okay.
Unfortunately, the card was never paid back down. I gave it to him with a zero balance, and when he left, the card had a balance
Did he
of
ever pay you anything?
He did make minimum payments.
How much? Minimal?
Minimal payments, mostly.
Sir, what do you say to this?
There were payments that were much larger than minimum.
Okay.
The card was actually handed to me on my couch, and she specifically said, "Stop stressing out, use this for the business." That was it. We talked about it later, and, I was just making payments here and there,
Why?
Every month. I'm sorry?
Why were you making
To appease her. Try and make her happy.
Don't go away. More of Judge Mathis is coming up.
You don't think you owed money for the credit card that you used for your personal benefit?
While I was there, yeah.
Okay, so are there some charges that weren't for you that are on the credit card that she's suing you for?
Yeah.
Okay, you have the bill?
I do have the most current statement, Your
And
Honor.
you're saying all of them are his?
The only charge that's on the credit card that is myself was a Mary Kay charge, and I paid it in full the same month.
I don't see the actual charges, ma'am. And now you're telling me there was something on the card you charged. That a minute ago you told me they were all his charges.
I paid mine in full that same as soon as it hit the account.
No, but you said they were all his charges. You didn't say I paid mine in full when they hit the account.
Okay, I misspoke then. I'm sorry.
Including a vacation.
Ma'am, is there a vacation on here?
There may be charges from a vacation in which he took me on. It was his choice.
He didn't work. You knew he didn't work by then.
Even without the vacation, Your Honor, it's still over $5,000.
And the swing.
Buffalo Wild Wings. Whose traffic court tickets?
His.
Sir?
What's the amount?
L.A. Superior Court.
Oh, yeah, that's me.
$400.
Yeah.
Mary Kay, $240. Royal Imaging. Whose were those?
That's the vendor that I use the card for.
Royal Imaging, Royal Imaging, Royal Imaging, Royal Imaging. All right. Your counterclaim, sir, $1,600 is for what?
Property.
How does she owe you for that?
She never responded to let me pick it up after I'd moved my belongings out.
And what would she say?
I'm in a meeting.
Pardon me?
She would say I'm in a meeting. She was busy. We'll talk about it later. Ma'am?
He did text me during a meeting in which I was at work, and I told him he needed to make another time for it. Like, I was busy. He knew he was texting me during work hours.
That was about the fourth text.
It was only once?
I don't recall how many times he ever texted me, but he never made arrangements and gave me a time that he wanted to come and pick up his stuff. He's welcome to come get it tonight.
I offered to have somebody else pick it up.
You only recall him asking one time to come and get his things?
One time I remember him specifically directing it towards me for his stuff.
All right, I don't believe that. I don't believe this man only asked you one time for his things. And what items are they, sir?
Television, Nintendo gaming system.
Now you know he asked you more than once for that. For the video games, Doctor.
Your Honor, he did
That's
take
his
the
life,
Xbox.
by your own admission. That's his whole life.
He did take his Xbox with him, sir.
Oh, yeah.
He happily took that Xbox. I promise
I
you
took the
that.
Xbox. I play the Xbox more.
Let me have your list, sir.
It was very similar to the last roommate of her keeping
Television.
this
You
up.
have his television, ma'am?
Yes, I do. He
Why'd
left it, and I haven't even moved it because I don't want to damage it.
Where is it?
It's in an office.
Where did you leave it?
In the office.
Had she asked for her credit card payments during this time?
After we had broken up, I was still making the payments.
Why?
Because she would text me with a minimum payment, and I would go make the payment.
And you knew you owed $5,000 for the plaintiff. He's finally admitting that he owes for the credit card. However, ma'am, I also think that you owe him for that property. So I'll give you 30 days, ma'am, to give him his property. If he doesn't get his property in 30 days, then you'll be ordered to pay in the alternate $1,600 that he's suing you for. In the meantime, $5,000 for the plaintiff. Have a good day.
The Witness Protection Program and/or Top Secret Sound. Two radio shows that are so underground that even the government don't know anything about it, or do they?
FBI to DEA, testing on Houston Command. How do you read this? This is Houston DEA. I read you loud and clear on command. 10-4.
Tune in to find out, only on Spreaker.com.
Hello, my name is Debbie. This is my first attempt, at a eHarmony video. This is my first time at online dating, so I'm nervous, but I'm excited at the same time. So I'm just gonna start talking about what I like and hope I get some replies. So I am a recent MBA grad from Villanova. I love cats. Sorry, I'm getting emotional. I love cats. I love every kind of cat. Sorry, I really love cats, and I just want to hug all of them, but I can't, because that's crazy. I can't hug every cat, but I just want to. I want to. I'm sorry, I get, anytime I hear cat, I love cats. Promised myself I wouldn't cry. So anyway, I am a cat lover, and I love to run. I'm sorry, I'm thinking about cats again. I think about how many don't have a home, and how I should have them, and how cute they are, and their ears, and the whiskers, and the nose. I just love them, and I want them, and I want them in a basket, and I want little bow ties. I want them to be on a rainbow and just in my bed, and I just want a house full of them, and I just want to still roll around. I can't. This is my first attempt at a eHarmony video. I'm nervous, but I'm excited at the same time. So I'm just gonna start talking about what I like. I love cats. I love every kind of cat. I just wanna hug all of them, but I can't hug every cat. Can't hug every cat.
So anyway, I am a cat lover and I love to run. I'm sorry, I'm thinking about cats again. I really love cats. I'm thinking about cats again and again and again and again and again. I think about how many don't have a home and how I should have them. I think about how cute they are and how their ears and the whiskers and the nose. I just love them and I want them and I want them in a basket and I want little bow ties. I just love them and I want them to be on a rainbow and in my bed and I just want us to roll around, round, round. Sorry, I'm getting emotional. I love cats. I love every kind of cat. I just wanna hug all of them, but I can't hug every cat. Can't hug every cat. So anyway, I am a cat lover and I love to run. I'm sorry, I'm thinking about cats again. I really love cats.